the arrival of our judge, Alan Bray, and our first competitor as well, who is going to be Karen Marriott from Gainsborough in Lincolnshire. Before Alan's introduced, what about the pitfalls of running first? Is that something the competitors like or shudder at?
They shudder at, because they've got nothing to take a comparison with. They don't know where perhaps some of the hidden targets are.
You know this fellow well?
I do. Alan, very experienced international and domestic judge, and a great competitor, has won such a lot over the years.
First of 19 to go in the large section then. Karen Marriott from Gainsborough in Lincolnshire with Puzzle, 6-year-old collie cross golden retriever, competing for 5 years, represented both England and Great Britain. Very vocal, loves competing at Crufts, and they've qualified to compete on all 3 different days.
So just taking you through the course, it was tyre, tunnel, dog walk start. Now they're into it, they've got to come around this green jump. Oh, just struggling to get a bit of grip. They're over the A-frame and into the collapsible tunnel and the wall. They can't see what the other side of that wall is. Around into the weaving poles. They must complete them correctly before they go off. Now they're going to turn to the seesaw. They must touch the white on both ends and tip it. This is going to be a really great start for Karen. Just one more pull in, 19, and the finish. Well done, Karen Marriott. 35.521. We'll be talking about whether you should go first and what it is, but she's set a really good benchmark now. So we're hoping that she's going to be in when there's 50%.
Next to go from New Haven with Tom, 5-year-old border collie Chris Cole. Chris, am I right about this? Did we see him presenting a few prizes yesterday?
We did. He's the managing director of Doggy Solutions and was presenting the prizes for the International yesterday. And this is Tom, 5-year-old border collie, unfortunately picking up 5 on the end of the dog walk.
Up and down over the A-frame goes, another 5, missing the landing. That white strip at the bottom of the A-frame missed that, so 10 points accrued. Good pace through the weaves. Little bit of hesitation there. Round we go, nice and tight. 33, 34 seconds and 10 faults. Chris Cole and Tom took a bit of a wrong turning, I believe, at one stage in that round.
And we're going to see the faults here. Oh, easy decision there for the judge, I'm afraid. We'll come around here. We approach 17. He wants the dog to come that way. The dog went round the other way, so he's a little bit lucky there.
Alan Wildman, Minx, 5-year-old border collie from Blackpool. Last year, Minx won that championship certificate at Scunthorpe. Competed for Team GB and the European Open as well. Just a little bit of hesitation before the start of the round.
Repositioning the dog doesn't actually start the test till it's either gone through or round the first obstacle. So they can shuffle around as much as they want to, but it's always better to try and get a steady weight there. So Alan now hopefully well in the zone as they approach the A-frame, up and over with no time lost at all. Trying to get round here with the least possible faults. That was a really neat way of doing that jump into the weaves, leading the dog through.
Excellent work from Alan Wildman and from Minx at the moment. 35 seconds the time to beat. A reminder, this is a qualifying competition for the final tonight, and by the look of it, these two could well be in the shake-up. That's very, very good as well. Quickest time, very, very good quality at the start of this large section.
Lovely push round and pick up there. No time wasted on the seesaw, clearly on the ground before it gets off, and just stretching out over that long jump.
From Huntly in Aberdeenshire, big Scottish support for Agnes Campen and Manouk, 8-year-old border collie. Over his career, 2 championship tickets, 3 reserves. Scottish Dog of the Year a few years ago, back in 2011, and coming back from a couple of little injuries. It's great to see Manouk here into the round, through the tunnel, up and down over the dog walk. That's good. It's quick as well and faultless through those jumps. Tight turn there. A-frame, up and down, scampering down it. Still faultless round. Barking the way around. Good control in good sync. What about those weaves? Tail flapping. Lovely. This is good and quick again. What a high standard we're seeing. Oh, little pause at the end there. Probably deliberate. Again, a tight, they are tight, those three there. Building up to the finish, we're having a look at it. That's a very, very competent round, that. Very good.
Really nice round, 37.222. And you'll see here that she deliberately pauses the dog, which allows her to get a head start on the dog, because more often than not, these dogs are pretty much quicker than they are.
Charlotte Harding from Bristol on Scandal. With Scandal, 6-year-old Border Collie, doing agility for 15 years. Scandal, Charlotte's third dog. They've represented Great Britain in the European and World Championships. Silver medal at the Worlds last year. And a bit of success for these two here already.
Silver medal in the team competition at the World Championships, a massive achievement. Charlotte's on a really red-hot patch at the moment, the last couple of years. She won the singles competition here a couple of days ago. Great dog, great partnership. They don't look as though they're going at 110 miles an hour, but I can assure you they are going to be right in the mix. She'll just be taking her foot off the pedal just a little bit, just to make sure that she gets around this course in a reasonable time with as fewer faults as possible. Look at it, this is effortless and a great round. And did I say she wasn't going quickly? 33.946, streaks into the lead.
Yes, really accomplished performance from Charlotte from Scandal. They will be in the mix, I can be sure of that this evening. Next to go from Chichester, Leslie Osborne and Rebel, 5-year-old Border Collie. A noisy star, we are told, in the European team. Quality as we anticipated.
And that's just the dog we're talking about. Leslie makes a bit of noise himself.
We'll see. Yep, you're absolutely right. We warned you, we did tell you.
But I love it. The handlers don't necessarily like it, but it just means that dog is having the best time of its life out there. And you can see, he just wants to do everything at 110 miles an hour. And he's just saying to Leslie, come on, Dad. He says, let's just get on with this. Look at this is fabulous.
Rebel, the noisy star, faultless so far, and really good time as well, 35.9. Well done, Leslie. Well done, Rebel. Plenty to bark about in that round.
It was, and this dog looks as though it's going really, really quickly, and in fact it is. But there's a second and a half difference between him and Charlotte Harding, and she didn't look as though she was moving at all. So it's really difficult to assess the speed of a dog.
From Morpeth in Northumberland, Jane Seller, Harry, 4-year-old Border Collie, first time at Crufts. Now we're not sure what to expect here. Either brilliant or looks like he's never done it before. We're about to discover in the next 30 seconds. Little pause at the end. Looks okay. Looks though he might have a taste for it this morning.
No, she's fine. I always used to put on my commentary cards, you never know what to expect, so that you don't get disappointed. You don't make yourself look too good. But she's won an agility certificate this year, so she won't be too shabby, I can assure you.
This is not a shabby performance at all. Well up with the clock, just that time to beat, and of course a reminder that they're all trying to qualify for this evening's final. So a quick, clear, no points, 37, that's good as well. These pairs saying they have no idea how they managed to reach grade 7, never mind qualify for Crufts. We've just seen the answer.
A little bit of trouble on the carpet, but I don't think she's been here before, so it does take these dogs just a minute or two to settle down on the grip on the carpet.
Local entry from Birmingham, Laura Chudley on Troy, with Troy, I should say, 4-year-old Border Collie. Laura with 3 tickets this year with Troy.
Agility champion Border Paws Dark Prince, one of 2 of Laura's great dogs. Running contact there, and just assess that they went past the entrance to the tunnel.
We'll take another look at that at the end, but that's 5 faults for Laura and for Troy. Have to continue, have to carry on, of course, because you never know. Top 50% to go through, and they're not all going to be clear.
But now what she needs to do, she's got to push for time, because if there's a tie on a number on 5 faults, she might just get to the top of the pile. Well done, Laura.
35's good. 35 is really good for Laura. Shame about those 5 faults, though, Graham.
And just runs, and that's one of the problems about teaching running contacts, is you have to get this control at the end, and the judge deemed that she went past the plane of the refusal.
Boss, Dave Munnings from Newbury, another border collie, 5 years of age, member of the Great Britain squad, and in the World Championships last year. These two should be class.
David's a very experienced international competitor, not only with this dog, but a previous dog called Dobby, who's quite a famous dog that he had. In fact, actually bred by me, actually. But he's a full-time agility trainer. This dog, I know, has not been the easiest to train for him, but he manages to bring out the best of all the dogs that he runs here. Total concentration and commitment on his face, trusting the dog to do the jumps. What a great round. 35, 3, 6, 5.
Anything around 33, 34, 35 is good and faultless for the experienced Dave Munnings. And Boss might not be easy to train, but he's produced the goods here. Greg Derrick from Cheltenham, rehab, first of a couple of dogs, won the British Open this year. This could be one to watch as well. What is it, Graham? 3 tickets.
3 tickets this year. Greg Derrick has been around, I think it's 25 years he's been competing here at Crufts. Came up through the YKC. Full-time agility trainer. This is his business. This is how he makes his living. He really is one of the top, most consistent trainers and handlers that we've got.
We told you at the start, you're going to see the best of the best here. And goodness me, the standard is through the roof of this main arena at the moment. It's really good. Not a fault there. And the time is good as well. Just looking to get in the top half, really, but this will be a good time. 36.2. Up into the top 6 with that time, which will do nicely.
Great round, and he's got more in the tank as well. Again, just wants to put in a really safe round to get himself into this evening's final.
Jessica Fairhugh from Leeds, Cara, border collie, 5 years of age, second in the singles on Friday. Great couple of years Jessica's had.
Again, together with Charlotte, she's had a great couple of years. A member of the silver medalist at the World Championships. I can't tell you just what an achievement that was for the team to achieve this year. In fact, Greg Derrick, who we've just seen, was also a member of that team. And this dog will be in the mix if she can just keep it clean all the way around this course. And again, another one, she's not pushing. And just see these top handers, how they seem to have so much time. They're not rushing, everything's calm. You have to be a clear communicator. And what another great round. And look at the time, Jim.
Yep, 35 seconds. Doesn't matter what the sport is. If you look as though you've got a lot of time doing it, you are a classy performer. Jess Clairhugh, Cara. Another fine performance. Lee Windiott from Sittingbourne. Dog actually belongs to Sandra Adams. Pip, 6-year-old border collie. Lee runs and trains Pip. And again, Lee, nothing will come as a surprise to him here. He has massive experience.
He does. And again, you'll just see that he will wait till he's absolutely ready. He will always try to get himself in front of the dog, because you're in front of the dog, communication becomes a lot easier. The dog can see you, so your signals now become clearer. If you're behind the dog, sometimes the dog can't see you. It's got very long legs.
We know now, sorry Graham, we know now that around 35 seconds and a faultless round is what will be required to progress through to this afternoon's championship final. And this looks on the money. This looks right up in that area from Lee and from Pip, letting us know what's going on. It's a very good time as well. Yep, 34.4 for Lee. That's up to 2nd place. This is some quality in this competition, you know, Graham, isn't it?
And that's why Alan has set the course that he set. It is fairly straightforward for champ course, but we've got a lot of people getting around it, so you can't afford to hang around. You've got to push.
Ewan Peterson from St Cyrus, far south of Aberdeenshire, with Sweep, failed sheepdog, rescued at 18 months, and Sweep has come from Aberdeenshire to Crufts, to the big stage.
Encouraging this dog around the whole course all the way, pushing the dog around the far side of that jump. There's an option to take it either side. Doesn't matter which way you go around a jump if you've got to go around it, as long as you complete it from the direction that the number's on.
And this is up there. It might not be quite quick enough, but it is faultless, and it's a very good effort indeed. Oh, there's a bit of a tumble at the end. We might just have to embarrass Ewan and have another look at that one, perhaps.
There we go, look at him clapping his hands. You can do anything you want, but you can't touch the dog. And this is what happened at the end. He was so trying not to touch the dog and not to touch the equipment. He's, oh look, I'm going to run into it and I'll be faulted if I do, because if they knock the jump down before the dog goes over it, eliminated.
Greg Derrick, great agility career from Cheltenham, and Detox, 25th consecutive year competing at Crufts. Detox won the singles in 2013 and 2014, and the championship as well last year. Just retired from international competition. We're expecting great things here, aren't we?
Represented Great Britain with this dog on 6 separate occasions. He's had 4 podium finishes. A really great international career this dog's had. And its career's not over. He's just decided that he's got younger dogs coming on, which he wants to concentrate on. I was just about to say it's not as good as it used to be, but it is. I mean, and you'll see here today, this dog we expect to be in the mix if he can keep it clear. Greg, very experienced, as we were talking about earlier on.
Detox, 9 years of age. Wants to be around that 34 or 35 second, and to be clear as well. Just be on the edge of things at 37. But it's still a fine round for the 9-year-old Detox and Greg Derrick. Experienced handler, and the dog looking perhaps not as good as ever, but still very classy. From West Calder in West Lothian, another Scottish representation, Peter Elms and Jaff, working sheepdog. He's been in agility for 20 years and runs Excel Dog Agility with his wife Tricia. First time at Crufts then for Jaff, Peter's 3rd dog to qualify for the championship class.
So just finding it a little bit difficult on this carpet. You do have to be here at least 1 year, I always say, because the atmosphere in this arena is just electric, and it takes you as a handler to settle down. It's also the same for the dog. We've got lights, spotlights, commentators, all sorts going on here, so it takes a special dog to do really well here.
Just a couple of slips for Jaff. There's another one on the Crufts carpet, and through they go, just under 40 seconds. That's probably not good enough to make the cut, but well done, Jaff. First time at Crufts and learning a lot.
And just trying to be a bit steady and coming off the side of the dog walk and missing the white one. And again, great decision there by Alan Bray in exactly the right position.
Another first time at Ivy, Australian Kelpie and Bonnie Quick from Dulverton in Devon. Away into the round. You love this little dog, don't you?
Love this little dog. I love all the dogs. I love all the handlers. Bonnie's been part of a team that I managed. Always gives 110%, this young lady. Great dog trainer. Very quick thing. You have to have your wits about you out here. Everything happens in split seconds, and that's what makes a good dog trainer and handler, is the ability to be able to deal with the unknown in the blink of an eye.
Very fast though, Ivy, and just getting used to the carpet, and once again 37.7.
quite a careful round there, Jim. I feel she's just a little bit, you know, she wants to get round. Also letting the dog get used to the carpet as well.
So ready to go on the line with our next handler. This is
3 to go then. Quincy, Matthew Goodley from Watford Village in Northamptonshire. Fantastic dog, 4th year at Crufts. Knows the carpet, loves competing here. Great Britain representation as well.
Great competitors, done really well, especially in the last couple of years with this dog. Really come to the good. It's what I call an honest dog. Just tries every bit of the way for Matthew, and if it goes wrong, well, it's always the handler's fault anyway, but coping much better with this carpet than I've seen him do before. But again, that's all down to do with communication. Tell the dog early there's a turn coming up and it'll do it for you, and this is going to be a great round and a great time as well. 35.787. Well done, Matthew.
That is brilliant quality, that, to get it into the 35s then for Matthew Goodley. And for Quincy, a reminder, 50% of the dogs will not make the cut for the final, but Matthew and Quincy are in with a great shout of being there. From Oundle in Northants, Tracy Flower and Barbie, the penultimate dog. We have seen her before, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Earlier on this week, I think she had 2 dogs in the singles. Great dog trainer, great handler, always in the mix. Unfortunately, just picking up 5 on the end of the dog walk.
So Tracy and Barbie with 5 faults, and that means they really have got to get them. Really have got to get a move on to make up time, because there's so many faultless rounds that we've seen in this high quality competition. It's good speed there at the moment. Might not be enough, no, for Tracy and for Barbie. Go, 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 and it is quick. Goodness me, that is quick. 34.1 with those faults. Sadly, the only blemish on the round, right at the end of the dog walk, just hopped over and missed the contact point.
And that was a quick time.
Last of the large dogs, Catherine Porter from Lisbon, 7-year-old border collie Yogi. Yogi's first appearance, or first in the championships at Crufts, represented Northern Ireland in the international competition as well. 7-year-old Yogi.
Always takes great pride at competing here at Crufts, especially when she's representing Northern Ireland, just showing that we've got dogs competing all over the world, and some great agility dogs. Don't forget, Jim, we invented this sport in 1978, and now it is truly global. Just come back from Japan and China, where it's growing out of all proportions.
This is very, very good. The Irish representative from Northern Ireland, Catherine Porter and Yogi. Honest dog, as Graham has been showing, slipping and sliding slightly, but the time is good. Excellent, 36.6. Take a little breath at the quality we have seen.
And you can see Catherine using her arms all the way, just showing the dog where she wants it to go. The dog's got no idea where the next obstacle is. So now, Jim, we've got a run-off.
Explain that to us.
A run-off was where we've got identical faults and identical time, and then because they work out the placings on points, we have to be able to split them. So the first one to go is Karen Marriott with Puzzle.
Puzzle and Karen, away they go. 6-year-old collie in the Great Britain squad. Went first, you remember, right at the start of the competition, first of the 19, and now a little bit of overtime for these two. Qualified to compete on every day here, and at the moment it's good, and it's quick, and it's clear.
Now we're seeing the true speed of this dog on this carpet. She's got nothing to lose. All she can use is one place. So now she's just got to beat Jessica Clare Hugh, and she knows she's a top dog, so well done. Whoa. 34.133.
Well, that is terrific. So beat that if you can then. Jessica Clare Hugh from Leeds with Cara. Second in the singles on Friday. She's had a great couple of years, has Jess. And that is some time to beat. 34.1, a faultless 34.1. There we go. So now we know it's quite simple. It's got to be quick, it's got to be clean. And just a little pause there, probably premeditated. Tight turn, up and down over the A-frame. 14 seconds gone already. Twisting and turning. It's very, this is going to be so close. This is going to be really, really close if this carries on. It's going to be a matter of fractions. Skipping and scampering and barking, 34.1 to beat. It's going to be so, so close. It really is going to be nip and tuck. Oh my goodness me, 35.6 in the end. A second the differential.
That was really, really interesting. You see this pause on the end there? She would never normally do that. Now, bearing in mind, she knew that she was going to throw that runoff by doing that. But what she was doing was saying to the dog, we are going to get in this final, and when we do get in the final, I want you to nail that because I'm not going to hold you. So that was a great tactical run and a conscious decision to throw the runoff.
There we go then. All explained by Graham, and here we are, the final standings. And we will just, as we tick through those final standings, and then all the way through the 19 okay, we'll have a look at the qualifiers, shall we? These, the qualifiers for the final, the Agility Championship final, coming your way at 4:55 UK time from the large dogs. 10 of them go through. Tidy up the full result for you after we have seen this. The small dogs, 13 small dogs. Linda, Evans and Dot from New Forest in Hampshire. Tears Rescue always gives 100%, this dog. Went to Olympia in 2012. And Linda, coming back from an injury herself, shattered her heel in September of last year, and is very, very happy to be up and about and looking very, very sprightly in the main arena at Crufts. And there's Confusion, full 360 going into the weaves there for Linda and for Dot, 6-year-old Dot. Where do you want me to go next? This way will do nicely. Just setting the benchmark here, just the 5 faults and 38 seconds for time.
Well done to Linda, exactly the same course. And we're coming up now to the weaves, and there's a little bit of confusion here. Turns away, the judge says she didn't go past that first pole, so it wasn't faulted.
Looking at Bernadette Bay with Zaz, 6-year-old Shetland sheepdog from Fittleworth in West Sussex. What's all this about calling this dog Pizza?
Well, in some of the competitions where they have commentary, the commentators look at the card, don't read it properly, and it's actually Pizzazz, but she gets really annoyed when they call the dog Pizza. This is, you would expect this dog to be in the mix at the end. Tremendously expensive. She has won the Agility Championships here at Crufts for the last 3 years in a row.
Chasing a 4th successive title then, Bernadette Bay with Zaz. And it's good, and it is quick, and it is best so far, and a faultless round, Graham.
Faultlessly handled by Bernadette, and a great round there by Mr. Pizzazz. She makes it look really, really easy, but I can assure you it is far from that.
Louise Cadman with Twiggy from Winsford in Cheshire. 5-year-old cross, Twiggy's first time at Crufts. A class clown, this one is known as. Whatever happens, Louise believes she'll be taking the best dog in Crufts home.
Everybody takes the best dog home, that's my opinion anyway. This is exactly the same course as it was for the previous height. The only thing that's happened is that they've set the jumps to the appropriate level for this competition. small competition. They're all set at 350 mil.
This is good though from Twiggy and for Louise as well. Won't be within the quickest time, but it's very respectable. 37.2. Let me just remind you, we have 13 small dogs and 7 will go through to the final tonight, so it might just not be quick enough. Good effort though.
No, that's the maximum that will go through 7. If we have more less than that go through without, if you get eliminated in either of the 2 qualifying rounds, you can't go.
Claire Burrell from Yaxham in Norfolk with Teasel, 4-year-old working Cocker Spaniel. Good form, 3 tickets in the course of the past year. Loves this agility. Tail wagging through the collapsible tunnel, tight turn there. All good so far. What about those weaves? Lovely. Again, a little slip and a slide and a yelp. Good though. Good and pretty quick as well. It's going to be close to the best time to keep going at this rate. It's going to be very close. And that's good. 35.8 is good. Should keep them well up in the mix. Some tight twisting turns there, Graham.
And that little you look at the turn here, there was just not an inch between that obstacle and the turn. Really great, and that's where you make up your time in the sport.
From Bedford, David Wright with Otis. 3rd last year. Couple of tickets in 2015 as well. 6-year-old miniature poodle Otis. Look at that. Over that dog walk like absolute lightning. This is really quick. I remember this one. Really quick is little Otis.
He is quick, enthusiastic, barking his excitement all the way around. David, a very experienced handler, knows how to get the best out of his dog. It's all about communication, telling the dog early what it wants to do next. Don't let the dog make up its own mind, because he'll take whatever's nearest to him. Can we get a tight turn here again? Yes, equally tight. Oh, does a blind cross into the box and out again. Yes, well done, David. 36.957.
36, that's the 3rd quickest time that we have seen. Delighted that there have been no eliminations so far. It's a good course and it's giving us a great spectacle this Sunday morning on the final day of Crufts 2015. Steve Richardson from Wigton in Cumbria with Angel. Been running for 2.5 years. This has a 7-year-old. Can't wait to get started. Look at that. 2nd time at Crufts in the championship class. Let me off the leash. I want to show what I can do.
And sometimes if you make the dog wait, you actually sort of take the excitement out of it. But he just said, right, we're going to go. Oh, what a great leap from a little dog that was.
Shane picked up 5 points in the process, coming off that A-frame. That's a shame. So they will have to go very, very quickly to make the cut. But I don't think Angel can go any other way, if I'm honest with you. A little bit of hesitation there as well. That'll be more time lost. No faults, though. That's the bonus. But they've dropped a bit of time, and they will drop down to 38 seconds, which will make it nip and tuck for Angel and Stephen.
Just look. And again, that's probably one of Alan's easiest decisions of the day. Whenever I talk to judges, I always say to them, good luck, and I hope all the decisions are easy ones, and that was one for him, I think.
Pamela Lawson with Spy from Livingston, 8-year-old Parson Russell Terrier. First time Spy and Pamela have qualified for the championship at Crufts. Been competing in the small team agility with the Excel Agility Club. And Pam knows all about these Parson Russell Terriers. Been in agility for 15 years. Been to Crufts twice. Here we go. They're looking for something around 35, 36 to get through to the final. And of course, no faults, and sadly, our judge Alan Bray, the right arm raised, signifies there are 5 faults. And so the pressure intensifies, and they'd have to keep, in the old Formula 1 terms, the pedal to the metal. They've just got to go really quickly. Otherwise, this will be a farewell to Crufts 2015.
A good old bark there, telling her exactly how much fun this dog's having out there. Can we get some tight turns to finish? Reverse turning to the end, and well done to them.
Yep, 40 seconds. Probably won't be good enough to make the cut, but a good effort from Spy and from Pamela.
deciding he didn't want to stay on this dog walk, wanted to get in the tunnel, and you can clearly see there was at least a couple of tenths of an inch before it didn't make contact.
From the west of Edinburgh, from Broxburn, Mark, Bruce and Cindy, 6-year-old Jack Russell Cross. Mark, 62 years of age, been competing for 8 years, third time at Crufts, first time in the championship, and qualified for the Olympia final. So these two have good form.
Good form, good experience. Unfortunately, just taking a pole, just unsettling the dog just a little bit. 62 years of age, just coming into his prime.
Absolutely.
So it just unsettled the dog a little bit. It knocked the pole quite hard. They are wooden poles, but I can assure you they don't do any lasting damage to these dogs. Yep. Here we go. Now he's into his stride. Now he's going. He's got the measure of this carpet. Great finish.
Great flourish at the end. It won't be quick enough though, sadly, at 43 seconds, and let's just see the pole going down that cost him the 5 faults. Bit hesitant at the start there, was a bit hesitant at the start and picked up at the end, but it probably won't be quick enough.
He just turned around and said, "Who put that pole there?" he said.
From Whitstable, Daniel Croxford with Bess, 7-year-old Chelsea Cross, competed at the Europeans in Hungary last year. Again, these two could be a partnership to watch.
Yes, come up through the YKC, unfortunately just picking up a fault early on in the course there. But Daniel very much into his dogs, really enjoys them, as does in fact the whole family. They're a great agility family, and that's what it's all about. It really is a family sport, Jim.
Absolutely, one of the youngest members of that British squad is Daniel, and in good sync as well. Bit of time has been lost though, so again, probably might not be enough to make it. 39 seconds and those 5 faults as well.
And just a little bit of confusion picked up. He didn't go cleanly into the tunnel, so was faulted 5 faults for refusal. Just to remind you, 3 refusals anywhere on the course means an elimination.
Gene Tuck from Uttoxeter with Glenn, 6-year-old Chelsea, 3rd Crufts for Glenn, his 3rd Crufts championship. Brilliant agility dog, this one. Well, we'll see over the next 30 seconds, scrambling around on the slippery carpet here. Going well at the moment. This looks pretty quick. The time to beat is 34 seconds. Remember, the top 50% will go through to the final from this small dogs section. And this is good, quick, clean round from Gene and from Glenn from Uttoxeter. Nothing wrong with it thus far. Up and down over that seesaw. Good contact at the end of it. This will be up there. This will be up there with the best of them if they keep it going right the way through to the end. And this is slightly slower than I thought at 39 seconds, but still a very good, clean effort.
Gene, a regular visitor here to Crufts. This dog is really, really consistent, doesn't waste a lot of time at all. Again, it's another one of these, the small dogs always look slightly quicker because they're scurrying.
Mandy Sue Sarti with Izzy, 10-year-old Patterdale, agility champion. Izzy last year competed at Crufts many times. Barks a lot, often gets overexcited. But again, could be one of the fancied combinations here.
Not doing bad for 10 years of age, bearing in mind you can't start competing with your dog at Kennel Club Agility until they're 18 months. Is there an upper age limit? No. These dogs will tell you when they've had enough. Oh, we've got a fault on the end of the dog walk and a fault run past the wall.
Oh dear. Let's hope we're not heading for our first elimination here, but those 10 faults have ruined this particular effort and made it very hard indeed, virtually impossible for them to go through to tonight's final. More confusion there. 15 faults. And of course the time is slow, and this hasn't been the round that Mandy Sue Sarti or Izzy would have wanted.
And I think you're right. I think the chances are that they may not make the cut, especially with the course being as it is, and we've got quite a few dogs coming round it with not very many faults, but he's just having a great time out there.
2 to go then. Rosie Cavill from Newport in South Wales with Spice. 9.5-year-old working Cocker Spaniel, runner-up in 2013, won Olympia last year. Can be a slightly nervous dog, is that right?
No, not the dog, the handler.
Okay.
The dog really doesn't care at all. Rosie gets really, really nervous, but she gets in the ring and she holds it together, and she's absolutely great. Great team member. She's been a member of the international teams on a number of occasions. Oh, and she's not going to be happy about that.
Well, there's a fault going into the weaves. They have to go back to the start to complete those weaves. That will not only cost them 5 faults, it will cost them precious time as well. And more faults coming off that seesaw. Scrambled off it at the end. And Rosie and Spice, well, 41 and 10 points. That's a shame for those two, with a look of disappointment on Rosie's face as well.
So tight round that jump, and then just picks up the wrong pole. Possibly Rosie was a bit taut, and that's really unusual. Clearly the seesaw didn't touch the ground, but they are rubberized, so for the dog to actually slide off is very unusual.
Last to go in the small section of our championship, Claire Piffard from Potton in Bedfordshire with Patch, 4-year-old Patterdale Cross Poodle, rescue dog. Our first time at Crufts, says Claire. Good luck. Last to go in the small section. Time to beat 34.8 seconds, but don't forget the top 50% will go through to tonight's final. We'll tell you who they are at the end of this particular round.
Claire making sure that communication is good.
Again, a problem with those weaves then, Graham.
Not quite so good, unfortunately. Just going to the left of the first pole. They must go to the right of the first pole and enter between the first and second in order not to be faulted. Great seesaw now. Now we come to quite a quick bit of the course. Nice tight turn. Last 3 obstacles to go. Come on, Claire.
Might just not be good enough with 5 faults and 43 seconds, but first time at Crufts. Well done to Claire and well done to Patch. And the round started well, but slightly deteriorated after the problems going into the weaves. And so here we go then, the final standings. Bernadette Bay, the only one to break her 34 seconds, faultless as well. And ticking your way through, remember, it is going to be the top around about the top 7 that will go through to tonight's final. And ticking our way through, all the way through. And here we go then with the qualifiers, the all-important. We will let you know about those qualifiers. We'll let you know, because we are ready to go, and we have to give way to an absolute canine star. Pudsey, Ashley Butler leading us off. First of the 13 dogs to go in the medium. Go on, Graham. Wax lyrical about her. I mean, this dog has done a huge amount for the canine world.
I really need to make a public apology to Ashley Butler, because before she won Britain Gone Talent a couple of years before, I actually described this dog as not the best looking dog in the world, and she's never let me forget it. But she's done tremendously well, currently rehearsing for pantomime. This is what this dog does in its day off, and it does it very well.
Trouble is, if you keep saying it, nobody will ever forget it, Graham. There we go, we've said it again now. And let's have a look at Pudsey, instantly recognisable, first of the 13 medium dogs to go. And Ashley, well, she might be doing this in her spare time with all sorts of other activities involved, but she is still very, very good at it, as is Pudsey at 9 years of age. Knows all about it, relishes the big stage, on the big stage here in the main arena at Crufts, and setting the benchmark and setting the bar very high indeed. First dog to go.
Oh, great start.
36 seconds and absolutely faultless.
Great start. That's going to put the pressure on all the rest of them. 36.520, clear round. Beat that, she's just said to them.
That's how you do it. Good enough for you?
Yes, great start. And it's always good to get a good clear round.
Stephen Richardson and Libby from Cumbria, Wigton, 4 tickets in the last 12 months and picked up 5 faults there. So again, they will have to scamper and hurry and hope to be in the mix. Hope to be in the mix of the top 7 for the final. No option. Fantastic dog, this one, back at Crufts again. And it's really good. It's such a shame that that figure 5 is in the left of your screens, because this is very, very good and quick as well. 34.6 is good. It's quickest, of course, but the 5 faults a blemish.
Just coming off the side, that tunnel of being on the right-hand side of the dog walk really is a pull, and the dog just decided, I've got to get off and get in that tunnel.
Kevin McIntosh from Aberdeen, Scamp. The Scots are still here on the last day of Cruft, 11 years of age, retiring after this show. Has competed before at Crufts and at Olympia, and wanting Graham to go out with a massive bark and a final hurrah.
Not a bad place to have your swan song, is it, here in the main arena at Crufts at the championship class? I'd be quite happy if I could do that, I can tell you.
Long way to go before it's your last hurrah here at Crufts, don't worry about that. Just a few weeks to go before his 11th birthday for Scamp. Scampering around here, and good stuff from Scamp, from Kevin. First agility dog. 5 faults, 43 seconds, and if it is his final hurrah, we'll remember him fondly.
Well, 43.711, just inside the course time, which is 44 seconds. And you can clearly see, decided to abandon ship before it touched the ground.
Sean Illingworth from Shirley in Surrey with Maybe, 5-year-old border collie, winner in 2013, but I think that was with a different dog, wasn't it, Graham?
Yes, it was. I think she won the jumping round this morning. You might have seen those of your Channel 4 viewers on Sunday brunch last Sunday.
And in action doing the real thing this Sunday morning. Sean and Maybe.
Again, a very experienced handler, dog combination. They really do have this special bond that exists between the top pairings. Sending the dog, getting there, waiting for it, getting in front of it. Now she'll blind turn towards the last jump. This is going to be fantastic. 34.305 and faultless.
Faultless and quickest at the moment. Well done to Sean. European Championship 2013 for Team GB, 4 tickets to the good as well. And describes Maybe as a special girl, a special performance there. Rebecca Sargent from Warrington in Cheshire with Dolly, 6-year-old border collie, described by Rebecca as a once-in-a-lifetime princess pooch, but she loves this green carpet.
Yes, Rebecca, lots of encouragement. This dog's always got something pink on, just about. She's on a purple patch at the moment, talking about pink. She won the Cruft singles, and she was just absolutely delighted with this. She's improved so much in the last couple of years. Her self-confidence and handling abilities have just shot up the scale. Unfortunately, as I say how well she's doing, she has a pole down. So now she's got to go for it, and she will. Look at this. Come on, she's saying, get on with it. Oh, and in a rush to hurry. Oh.
A rush to hurry describes that absolutely perfectly as it happens. That is a shame, right at the end. And often, we've seen it often over the last few days, see the finishing line, as it were, concentration drops, and there's horrible faults racked up. That's a shame for Rebecca and for Dolly. Stuart Rayne from Chester-le-Street with Jasper, 6-year-old working Cocker Spaniel. First time for Jasper at Crufts, first time for Stuart at Crufts. Agility for him started as a hobby and rapidly became a way of life. Jasper is 6. These two have been together since Stuart acquired him at 8 months old. I guess the first time, what are the pitfalls for a first timer here?
Nerves and the carpet, really. It's a big occasion. We do most of our competitions on grass in the middle of a field. Now we've got 6,000 people watching him and the TV cameras and everything else. But he's got to take this away as a learning experience. He's got to learn from it. The dog's got to learn from it as well. And I've no doubt that they will be back.
That's a shame. That's the first elimination that we have seen. And a learning curve and a sharp one.
Just a bit late with his command there.
First time we've seen that from our judge, Alan Bray. Ray Lambert from the hamlet of Fimber near York. Border Collie, Wiz, 3 years of age. Another first-timer at Crufts. And, the dog actually belongs to Jenny, Ray's wife, but Jenny recovering a little bit from an injury, and Ray managed to qualify her for the championship class. Good effort.
Quick little dog. It's not a dog that I've seen a great deal of, but I'm impressed with this dog. It's got lots of enthusiasm, lots of drive, nicely handled here. Well, you'd expect it to be, because it's won a ticket. Nice stop on there. This is yeah.
Really impressed is Graham, and we are all as well. I'm sure all of you watching on YouTube, wherever you are, just a bit of hesitation at the end that will cost a second or two, but it's still faultless. It's still faultless, and could be good enough to get into the mix.
Just wait patiently until that seesaw tip is stretching out. What a happy looking dog that is.
Christine Wingate Win, not too far away from us here at the NEC from Derby with Zev, 7-year-old Sheltie. Wonderful, irrepressible dog, this one. Been on the agility team for Great Britain for 3 years in a row now. Christine always has distinctive shoes on, doesn't she?
Always likes a pair of Go Faster shoes, does Christine, preferably in pink. But very consistent handler, turns out great dog after great dog, and you can see why there's no time lost at all. Very pretty little Sheltie this as well, always helps. Oh, that must have been tight on the seesaw, but Alan's in the best place to see that. Now she blind turns. Yes, well done, Christine. She's a happy bunny.
Christine and Zev in perfect harmony there. 38 seconds the time. That's the 4th quickest that we have seen. And just about, was it just about okay? Well, the judge said so, that's all that matters. Karen Gibbons, Willow, 6-year-old Shetland sheepdog from Gloucester, 3rd year for Willow at Crufts. And the owner's so proud that Willow's achieved so much more than they ever imagined. And let's see what Willow can achieve here.
Winning in success in this sport is, I always class it as a bonus. The first thing you need to get out there to do is have fun with your dog and enjoy what you're doing and enjoy your dog. This really is a major bonus, but what a bonus it is, isn't it, really? They're all having great fun, and this dog's doing really, really well. Has to wait patiently for the end of the seesaw to tip and touch the ground.
Excellent so far. Faultless, 33 seconds, the clock ticking away. It's not going to be far off, you know, 37.7. That really is a good performance from Karen there, and puts her into the top 4. That'll do nicely, and it might have been surpassing their expectations, this one, but that's really, really good. Could see them again. Rebecca Patrick from Scunthorpe with Kia, first agility dog. Not the most confident dog, so this is a real test of 9-year-old Kia's temperament.
To make your first agility dog into an agility champion, which is what she's trying to do, but certainly to win a ticket is just a major achievement. So, and this dog does get more and more confident, and that's what agility does. You have this bond with your dog and this working relationship, and you can see why they're just doing fantastically well.
Real close partnership, real close understanding, a slip and a slide and a yelp, but good and quick and faultless as we come towards the end of Rebecca's round with Kia, and that's good. 37 and no faults. Well, plenty of confidence shown there by Kia and indeed by Rebecca.
And it's always a yelp of excitement, I can tell you. getting herself nicely in position.
Keep an eye on these two. Natasha Wise, 3 times world champion, 5 times Olympia champion with Dizzy. You're a fully paid up member of her fan club.
I am, and what I really like to do is just sit and watch this pair go around. They really do make it look so easy, but she probably puts more into her training and her dog than I think any other person I've ever known.
And it's paying off at the moment with Dizzy, 8 years of age. 1 in a million dog is Dizzy for Natasha. This is real great quality, this coming towards the end of this round. This is tremendous stuff. Look at that, taken 2 seconds out of it. Natasha Wise, 3 times world champion, absolute delight with Dizzy. That was a dazzling performance from Dizzy in the main arena, absolutely dazzling.
How pleased is she? I was really surprised. She really pushed this last section. You can see she turns, making sure she's facing the dog the whole way. Lots of encouragement, and she just is so happy. Whatever this dog does, she just comes out, and they just have this really... This is a dog in a decade, a dog in a lifetime.
2 to go. Amanda Hampson from Stoke-on-Trent, 8-year-old Rogue, a Nova Scotia duck-tolling retriever. A great team dog, this one, and you've seen this one representing the country many times, Graham.
Amanda is a really great team member. This is a great team dog, already an agility champion. And not many Nova Scotia duck-tolling retrievers in agility. I don't know why, because they're really so well suited to it, and Amanda just brings out the best, and she's got at least a couple of them, I think.
Well, they're going well. 24 seconds, a faultless 24 seconds, slightly slow over that one. They'll look to speed up towards the end of this round. This is good, Amanda. This is okay. This will do nicely. That's good. 36.8 for Amanda. That's fine. That's the 5th quickest thus far.
Very quiet, very unassuming, but she's in the mix. Always is. As I say, great person to have on your team.
Last to go then in the medium section, Helen Anderson with 9-year-old Demon, Helen from Norwich. Kelpie, a tough one to train, but has achieved a lot. Look at that concentration there on Demon's face, and Helen last to go. Looking for a place in the top 50% here. Kelpie's, that's okay, that's fine. Through the tunnel is good. Building into a promising round. Little slip and a stumble. We've seen that once or twice. That's okay as well. Through the collapsible tunnel, absolutely fine. Helen and Demon in perfect sync. Good tight turn, heading for the weaves. Again through, we've seen dogs go through them slightly quicker, but it's okay. 25 seconds has ticked away in a blink of an eye. It might just not be quick enough. We shall see. They need a good finish. It's all clean and it's quick. Looking for the grandstand finish, and that is a good clear round. 37 seconds the time, and a fine effort from Helen. And we will wait and see whether that is good enough to make the cut, Graham.
Just a little bit steady. She has struggled a little bit with her contact training, but I think that was as much to do with, I want to get into the next round, so please just go a little bit steady and don't give me any faults before you finish.
But we anticipated it at the start. It was a beautifully set course, and it gave us great action.
Great action, great excitement, and it leaves the final placings wide open.
Here we go then. There is the result of the medium dogs, and look at that, Natasha, a couple of seconds quicker than everybody else. That really was a tremendous performance from the multi-decorated Natasha. We will look forward to seeing her again, and she must be favoured to take the overall title after that performance. And moving through the final standings of the 13 medium dogs, ticking down all the way through. Remember, the top 50% will go through, so sadly we will not see those 3 again later in the day. Okay, we've now sorted it all out, and we can give you the qualifiers for this afternoon's championship final that takes place at 4:55 UK time. And these are the qualifiers for the large dogs. Remember, we told you at the start, 19 went, so 10 will go through in the large dogs section. And these are the dogs the large section that we will be seeing once again tonight. We flip the page over, we will see the other 5 dogs that have made it through from the large section. Superb overall quality. It's always a shame to say goodbye to the other 9, but that's the dogs that we will be seeing later on. We will give you the rest of the details as we pause now for the presentation. Our judge Alan Bray, who I have to say took a lot of time sorting the course out, but a really experienced fellow, and the course gave us absolute quality.
And to do the presentations, we have Mr. Steve Croxford, General Committee member of the Kennel Club, representing agility. Does an absolutely fantastic job, works very hard to represent agility over the year. And there he is, he steps forward to congratulate the winner, Charlotte Harding.
Well done, Charlotte, winner of the large championship round, but of course they've all got a bit more to do later today, and this place is pretty full. It's about 3/4 full at the moment, the main arena here at the NEC, 7,000 capacity, and there won't be a seat to be had later on. Bernadette Bay, well, that was another excellent performance from Bernadette, her form line coming right through.
Claire Burrell, runner up. And the winner of the medium and the second place, so Natasha Wise and Sian Millenworth with the runner-up. Expect a battle royal this evening between Natasha and Sian. They're really good friends. Put them on an agility course and then it's like gloves are off. Although Natasha has to be slight odds on, Sian will push her to the nth degree this evening. Promises to be great. So if you're around, make sure you join us for later on for the Agility Championship final.
You won't be going anywhere, no matter where you are in the world, watching us on YouTube, because these very exciting, very competitive, great quality preliminaries, but the final, the big prize is still to come here at Crufts 2015.